Well, I had it muted, so I didn't know. Let's see. Starts in Varshan and Radz-at-Han. Alright, let's make it happen, Cap'n. I had a thought about a different character, and I was like, you look remarkably similar to somebody else. And I have a feeling that that is indeed what has happened. Alright, and now I'm muting comms again. And now for MSQ time. In search of Asdaya. Ah, excellent timing, mister. Just a moment ago I received word from the Ironworks. They have completed their task and are on their way with the reinforced warding scales. Similarly, our alchemists have also succeeded in creating an artificial atomos. All is in readiness for our journey to the void. I have instructed our comrades to gather at the great work. Let us head there at once. You got it, Varshan. Don't know where I was going. It's like, why am I not just teleporting? Bow, 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 bow. Hello, Ishtola. Sprint macro is just sprint 15 times. Improves the responsiveness. There you are, mister. I present to you the fruits of alchemist labor, the artificial atomos. Though we have yet to pull it to proof, its ether is practically identical to that of the original. A truly remarkable feat in so short a time. Aye, our alchemists have outdone themselves yet again. Small wonder that they are the pride of Radz-at-Han. I would express my gratitude to Nidana, but it appears she isn't here. She rushed off after bringing Atomos to attend to a pressing task, but said that she would return ere we set forth. Which should be shortly after our friends from the Ironworks arrive with our warding scales. Did somebody say warding scales? It just so happens we have them. Hi, Sid. Right on cue. It is good to see you all again. But for the President himself to attend, keen to bear witness to our little experiment, are you? You know I am. I was there at the Crystal Tower, lest you forget. I wouldn't miss this for the world. You don't mind if we come along and see you off, I hope. It's thanks to these three that we could finish the work so quickly. It was my painstakingly collected data that made the reinforcement possible. Our scales will last a good 10 years in the void with nary a hint of degradation. As the ones who did the actual reinforcing, we guarantee their quality as well. They'll keep you safe. Thank you, Aurelius, for the Prime sub. But enough bragging. Here are the scales. With these, we can search for my sister without fear of corruption. I know not how to repay you. Don't mention it. Midgard-sama came to our rescue in the rift. It's the least we can do to help his children. Thank you. That's a line you'll only get if you did the Omega series, by the way. Because otherwise that didn't happen. Well, my friend, my only regret is I won't be able to accompany you on this latest grand adventure. Wait! Nidana, is aught the matter? Before you depart, Your Excellency, there's something we wish to present to you. Will you please... Oh, this is going to be his bigger body. You would not delay us without good cause. Very well. Forgive me, my friends, but I require a moment. Yeah, it's going to be his tall Sean. His other body. Tall Sean, ready to go. Hi, Aloha. You're also here for food, I see. He's certainly taking his time. What sort of grand present could take so long to receive? The kind that'll help him in the void, I presume. In that God's forsaken place, he'll need all the help he can get. But you of all people ought to know that, eh? There he is, Tall Sean.
My apologies for keeping you waiting.
Vritra, I presume.
Indeed, this vessel now serves as a host for my eye.
Hey, buddy. I'll fill your bowl
I
soon.
was aware that the alchemists were busy preparing something, but this...
We couldn't well send you on such a perilous mission unprepared, Your Excellency.
Good call.
We spared no effort in crafting the body, and I dare say you'll find it adept at wielding weapons and magics both. 'Twas our intent to present it to you sooner, but we could not bring ourselves to do so, knowing we could yet improve it further. Pray forgive us.
That is not to forgive. I am grateful for this fine vessel, and shall put it to good use. Again, I ask that you watch over Radz-at-Han in my absence. The dangers we go to face are great and many, and I fear I will be unable to give matters here due attention.
I'm gonna put some food in this bowl for Aloha right after this
And in
cutscene.
opening the Void Gate, there is ever risk that Void Scent will find their way into our world.
Rest assured, we are more than prepared. Our soldiers have been training under Master Estinian. On my honor, we will not suffer a single fiend to pass. So, think only of your mission, Vashan. Ah, but seeing as this is a different body,
Call him
perhaps we
Tall
should use a
Sean.
different name.
Tall Sean.
Nay, Vashan shall suffice.
Tall Sean.
Though I may have thus grown up, I am as ever a little brother to you all.
He sneezed like once in the past 2 days, so he's doing a lot better.
As you say, as you say. Go then, Vashan. And best of luck.
I have something for you as well.
Oh, now you want to tell me? Is it a new frog mask? Tell
While
me
you
it's
were
a new
gone,
frog mask.
Reuniting paid us a visit. As you may recall, he joined us on our foray into Arzadar's legacy, in part to conduct research for the Loporrits.
Hey.
Research they were delighted to receive, and which has already inspired them to consider new ways to improve their own treasure vault.
The Excitatron?
As a token of their gratitude, Livingway entrusted a familiar relic to Urianger.
Aloha, chill.
Aye, the crystal, which showed the way to Meteon. The Loporrits no longer have need of it, and thus saw fit to return it to us. Harboring the power of light, it could well aid us in our mission in the Void.
True? Real and true?
And who better to bear Hydaelyn's gift than her chosen champion?
Mask. I'll take the mask off for the rest of the scenes. Hey. Why are you so greedy?
If there is nothing left to discuss, then let us depart. Our boat awaits us in Akyali.
I'm looking forward to our adventures, Tall Sean. Alright, let me feed Aloha real quick. Unless there's another scene. There you go. Aloha, get your face out of the way. It's not even just a bowl yet. Aloha, move, bro. It's not even out of the can. You maniac. Go ahead, chop it up. The satrap and your fellows have already departed for the vault. You ready to set forth? Normally I would do the dungeon with trusts, but that's probably not going to be the case this time. Ugh, because we have raid members. Although there's only 6 of us, so. Yeah, Ivy, you want in on this action? Go right ahead.
I shall now lift the seal. In the name of Al-Zadal III, I cast open this door unto the void!
You tell him, Tall Sean.
Go. Absorb the Void Gate.
It's a hell of a thing for some alchemists to be able to make. I feel as though the alchemists shouldn't have been able to make this, and they should all be investigated for being capable of this.
It worked. We should have no trouble passing through a gate of that size.
Yeah, I forgot to take the mask off like I said I would.
What can we expect to find after stepping through?
Oblivion.
On my previous foray, I emerged in a castle swarming with void scent. I was hopelessly outnumbered and forced to turn back. But together, I am confident we can hold our own. Upon our arrival, let us deal with any hostile entities and secure the area.
So they did say in the official digest that
Command
after
of
you
our
clear the
mission,
dungeon,
I
it's going to
leave
be
your capable
used a little bit
hands.
differently. So,
In
hey,
the event of battle,
aloha.
I shall adapt my tactics to complement your own.
In other words, he's an all-rounder.
Should we require healing, I can provide it. 'Twould be a welcome change of pace from my recent havoc wreaking.
Okay, if you say so, Ishtola. What the... Estinian's like, yeah, I only know how to spear. He's like, no, I'm just a dragoon.
And have faith. We will brave this broken world and rescue my sister Ajdaya.
Let me ask what they want to do for the dungeon. For the dungeon, should I break off and just do it with trust real quick, or? Well, I just know because we have 6, so I was like, I do as well. It's like that. It's like 20 minutes. We go pretty quick now. All right. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna mute. Give me my trusts. Form a party. Alright, and with that, let's do some trustaroos. Yeah, I'm gonna monk it up. Hey, I know all about this location. It's the Shadowbringers all over again. I still gotta take the mask off. Although, this seems fitting. The mask seems fitting here. Fell court of Troya. Alright, no, for real. I'll do it right now. There you go. Quite literally a twisted place, the Void. Stay focused. Void scent could be anywhere.
Away with you!
It's a lot of eyeballs. Varshan, get aggro on all this? She's a conjurer? Ugh. Although she probably has her bubble.
This will hurt.
Come on. Come on. Not the greatest spot to do a big pull, I'll be the first to admit. But Varshan's handling it like a champ. Once they kill off a target or two, it's normally pretty safe to do big pulls with that trust. I think they actually did kill 2 targets while I was running forward. Because the sentries don't seem to have too much health. Listen, that's the cost of them being all-rounders. That's the cost of having no job crystals.
I will end this farce.
Aloha is chomping. He's having a good time. I'm gonna have to feed Ivy after this too. I was hoping they would kind of share it. She just gave up, which is very unlike her. She's normally far more persistent. I'm getting Nightmare Before Christmas vibes.
You cannot keep me down.
Oh. Varshan actually died there. Okay, so I gotta... Varshan's... Oh, well, you know what, though? Ishtola got targeted by an AoE. Yeah, so this is always the tough part of figuring out where you can pull big with trusts. Because sometimes these mobs have a lot of AoEs. And so Ishtola got targeted and stopped healing altogether for like, I don't know, like maybe 7-8 seconds. Yeah, it was his death quote. You'll not keep me down for long. He's kind of right. Okay, so we can't go too much crazier than that. There's less mobs this time, so it might be a little better. But that's like always the one big thing with trusts, is trying to determine where you can pull big. Now, sometimes it just means the difference between whether or not you want to kill a mob or two before you pull big. So if I can just kill like one of these, in fact, one is already dead. They killed one. The Sildian stuff is in 0.25. Yeah, they should be able to finish off that pawn, and then the rest of them are pretty close to dead. There we go. Yeah, now it's basically as if I only did one pull, because only one pawn is extra. Yeah, all these AoEs, if Ishtola gets caught in one, she's not going to heal for a long time. Hell, they even all stop DPSing. They just come back and DPS harder after they get unstunned.
I will not hold back.
Out of my way.
Hold back.
I will not hold back. I will not hold back. Out of my way. My turn! Man, but they nerfed my turn. It appears rats have wandered into my castle. Hello, Beatrice. Tear them apart if you must. Their drifting ether will suffice. Ugh, the evil dreamers. Looks like it'll be a Final Fantasy IV mob kill-a-thon after I kill these dreamers. That's a lot of evil dreamers. Yeah, I was gonna say that one's pretty obvious. Just line AoEs across. And then they'll join the fray. So many mobs. So many AoEs. Machinist is going to feel depressed in this dungeon fight. These also lasers? Yes. Okay, but it's also, yeah, I can stand between them. Alright. I'd assume there would be one big dreamer at some point. Okay, this is laser to the left. And then this is kill one. Yeah. I like them throwing ranged attacks at the other ones.
I am of the first brood.
He is of the first brood.
No mercy.
Did you just single target LB? You know what? I'm not even gonna fight it. Not like we had a better option anyway.
I will not hold back.
I'll admit, there really wasn't a better choice. There's the big evil dreamer. This is probably just, yeah. This is reduce its HP to reduce the AoE. And then these things will probably spawn up. Yeah. That AoE should grow, I imagine? Yeah. It's absorbed other heads, so made the most sense.
Out of my way.
So it looks like it would only be on the other side of this head back here, which is annoyingly out of melee range. Alright, and then that's it. Okay, so it's a lot like the second boss of the what's it called dungeon, the last dungeon from Shadowbringers. By the sisters, this must be the castle proper. Not too shabby. It's a nice looking place. As grand a castle as any I've seen. If the mistress is here, we must repay her earlier kindness. It's a dungeon, goat. That's pretty much exactly where the dungeon item level would lead you. Even numbered patch. Even numbered patches are always 5 item levels under previous BIS. And then the odd numbered patches are the same item level as the savage weapon a tier, 2 tiers prior. I was worried about that. Varshan, I need to lure you over here.
You forced my hand.
Okay, unfortunately, I've done something very, very bad in terms of what you can do to their AI. Varshan looks like he might fix it in a second, though. Okay. Now, if he lives is a different story. Unfortunately, the distance between them is a little high, so it makes doing that a little tougher. There might actually be a mob alive at the bottom of the stairs, which might screw this.
Out of my way.
Sometimes that happens when you do that little teleport. It just leaves mobs behind. I'm actually gonna... Can I see him? Yes, it did. That means I have to go back and kill them. I might as well just pull them from here, now that the mobs are a little closer. I didn't think that distance was gonna be so big. That's fine. Always gotta learn how to do certain dungeons with trusts. Always a learning experience in some capacity.
I will not hold back.
You underestimate me.
I mean, Feint is a decent range. Feint's range is 10 yalms.
Away with you.
It's the same range as Enlightenment, but you know. That's Monk's best ranged option for Palace. Well, I mean, they both are technically, because there's also Howling Fist. Alright, wait till he has aggro on all of them. Alright, let me see where the next pull is. Oh, they're so far. I can't do that. If I do, it's going to do the same thing it just did. They're way too far for me to pull. Not without having deliberately dragged one away. Ain't no speeding this dungeon up. They put the mobs just far enough away from each other in pretty much all regards. Come on, you can do it. Hello, Ferdiad clone. Hello, hello. I'm just gonna save Phantom Rush for the boss, I think. Good morning, Meneveru. Getting close to the time where I can speak at normal volume again. Yep, we have knights, bishops. Getting real Karazhan vibes, huh? To be fair, that's not all too uncommon. With a lot of Void stuff. Heck, even with some other stuff, like Ishgard stuff. Literal, actual chess pieces that walk around. Not even just in name. Hello, Beatrice. Surprise, surprise. I sense potent magics within from her. Have care. I have Troya. Like the way that AoE looks, it's pretty cool. Looks like she'll probably AoE. That's probably the order of her AoEs. Yeah. So it's just a conal AoE in each direction? Oh no, they're different types of AoEs. Oh, okay. They're even just circle AoEs. Thought they would be in shapes different than that. I like that. I think her staff spins around whenever she's changing modes too, it looks like. Void Shaker.
Out of my way.
Oh, whoops. I had to sneeze. Excuse me. Oof. Oh, this is, look. North, south, and then east, west. I wonder if I can look towards the other side. It looks like they were all doing it. So it looks like you can just look through. I was worried about the AoE being too wide, but it looks like it's fine. Oh, I did that wrong. It's fine. Ooh, that's quite large, actually. It's a little nerve-wracking. It's a little larger than I thought, so I gotta be careful. That's what she said. How can this be? How could you resist my gaze? They're too strong. Someone else can devour them. Oh, I have an idea of who. Yeah, it was a little wide peepo. Hydromantic terraces. Oh, so beautiful. Terraces in the sky. Do voids and appreciate flowers too, I wonder? No, they don't. Can I stay close enough and still pull? Oh, why do they put these mobs this far apart? It wouldn't be so bad if I wasn't on Monk. Yeah, because I'm afraid because of how far away they are that it's going to reset. It can be quite finicky with the range.
Out of my way!
So much AoE.
I will not hold back.
If I was on Bard, it wouldn't be a problem at all. How my decision has woed me so. Oh, Scarmiglione. I sense something sinister in the air. Now this, on the other hand, hopefully is fine. Barashan, get over here. Better get to healing Barshan's dumbass. Oh, Barshan. Survive, Barshan. Do you not have any better heal, Ishtola? Jesus, he's gonna die again, most likely. Oh wait, there we go. He's got Rampart. Okay, we're good. Now we kill a few mobs and he's A-okay. And now he's got Sentinel. There we go. Now he's rolling with the cooldowns. She is only a conjurer. You're not wrong about that. She's popping those holies of the 7th Dawn. Like an absolute Chad. Trapped in my own domain. No, I don't want to be eaten. Too bad. You're about to be food.
So the gate did open again, and delivered the most mouth-watering morsels.
Hello, Scarmiglione.
I am Scarmiglione, Archfiend of Earth and first of Golbez's Circle of Four. Such pleasure I will take in delivering you unto your graves.
Wow, I know that line. It's like I've heard that line before. Ooh, there's walls. Can I hide behind these walls? I sure can.
That is mine!
Cursed echo. No, it's my echo.
Breathe deep of your death.
Oh, these all go off at once, don't they? Oh no, they go off one at a time. The NPCs had me confused. Well, now I'm going to get hit by two anyway, but... Okay, Brain Rod. Afflicted with Cursed Blight, a stack of 3 will result in zombification. This is a knockback, so we definitely want to take that in for these. They fooled me, because I was like, wait, they're standing in... I mean, I guess they do leave enough spots open, but Estinian being a dickhead took my spot.
My blade thirsts for blood.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it just looks like it's... Oh god, it's a little bigger.
All or nothing!
Scarmiglione, since you're going by your full Italian name.
My minion.
This is also a reference. This is something that Mylon did. Scarmiglione does this in the first fight, the Necrosent. But because there's only, he's gonna do this here. There's the zombies. Yeah, he's not in his regular Mylon phase, so they just threw them into this one.
I will not hold back.
They're going so far that way. Alright. Do your worst. Thank you, Scarmiglione.
Stubborn mortal. No mercy. Come, fill your lungs.
I will not hold back. I will end this farce.
Wait, what the heck? Hitbox so tiny.
I will not hold
Out
back.
of my way.
There is no...
No mercy.
Stop throwing darkness at my team.
I will not be defeated by you.
Yes, you will.
I am of the first brood.
Yeah, we know Barshan. Well aware. I was gonna say, I'm surprised Estinian didn't try to steal the LB there. I should have just LB1'd earlier. It don't matter. All these lines are so familiar. It's almost like I've heard these, well, seen these lines before. Final Fantasy IV is not voiced, so seen these lines before. Give me the minion. Or don't give me anything, because I didn't get the card either, which is actually what I would have wanted. Sadness.
This Scarmiglione, he knew the gate had opened.
And not for the first time. He and his brethren must keep watch over the portal.
As we do ours, but to unflinchingly consume a fellow Voidsent. Like men, perhaps they form factions and fight amongst themselves.
The question is, what will the minions do?
Those are the mobs we killed throughout the dungeon.
Your mistress is no more, and the one who consumed her we slew in turn. Do you still mean to try us?
I expect some Voidsent are more intelligent than others. Perhaps these ones simply do not understand our words.
Fair.
Even beasts ought to understand strength.
Shrug.
There is much we do not know about Voidsent. If we are to survive their world, it would be wise to learn their ways.
Just like, I don't fucking know. Definitely proceed with caution.
Sage advice, my friend. 'Tis reassuring to have one so experienced with us. I am here, sister. Finally here. And I will find you. I swear it.
You may not like what you find, though. I guess we're just gonna casually walk up to the Voidsent. Just casually saunter up to them. Buried memory. This castle should serve as a base of operations for now. Ere we set our sights elsewhere. Let's see what there is to learn here. Yeah, they did tease us that this was going to be used this way. From this point onward, you will not encounter Aetherites for a while. Should you leave Troya Castle, you may return here via the Weaver's Warding. You may now enter the Felcourt of Troya with a group of NPCs. Sure. The warding skill exhibits no change. It should be safe to remain here and begin our search. But whether and how, I would sense as Daya were she remotely near. But there is nothing. Why should you not call to her? Let her know that you have come. Alas, this vessel is not capable of calling across vast distances. For that I would require my true form. And even were it possible, a dragon's call is born unto ether. It is liable to draw more Voidsent to us. I see. Hi, Ivy. In any case, there's little exploration to be done while we are confined to this isolated isle. I propose we begin by learning what we can from the castle's occupants. An understanding of their ways may prove useful to our cause. Very well. Let us hope a few of them are capable of speech. Let all remain vigilant while we go about our inquiries. God, I've already been up for like almost 7 hours. I'm gonna get hungry soon. Stinian just having a casual conversation with a void scent. This one does not but stare. It's unlikely we'll learn anything from it. Some seem willing enough to converse. Whether they have the ability to do so is another matter. What enticing ether you have. Give me some. No. Aw, if only I were stronger, I'd be able to eat you. Fine. I'll find someone else to eat. I like how you just say no. Quite literally. Give me ether. No. The mistress's eyes are beautiful, are beauteous, sublime. To bask in her gaze is abyss. But now she's gone. Never again will I feel her blaze. No mistress, no orders. What am I to do now? What am I to do now? I serve. I obey. Please don't eat me. Dude, that guy's definitely, that Forlorn Void Scent, definitely a tier 3 sub. Definitely. A dragon? What's that? Does it taste good? I don't know anything about it. Don't know about anything. The one we caught recently, they seem to know lots. We threw them in the dungeon, but clever ones are tasty. They might have been eaten already. Need to go get Xenos Void Scent and free it. I like somebody said, I hope the Void Scent's name is Cecilia. It's like, yeah, that'd be fine. I suppose that would be fine. Theodore. I have nothing to share. While those I approached had no will to fight, neither were they capable of holding a conversation. My experience was much the same. Lower rung voids tend to have lower intelligence, 'twould seem. Pity Scarmiglione is dead. He was talkative at least. What have you? A clever void scent in the dungeon. That would be an area in which we emerged. Indeed. Let's take ourselves back there and find this void scent. Preferably before its fellows make a meal of it. To the dungeon, then. Oh, Xenos Void Scent. Blitzer, thank you for the 47 months. Oh, look at that. Fancy. Just wait until we're done with the Endwalker mounts, and we'll, every time we mount up, we'll hear tales of loss and fire and flames. It'll happen. I mean, it's going to happen. It's literally happened to every single expansion. All of the mounts use the title screen. All of the, like, you know, mounts that are just, you know, all the extreme mounts combined. They always use the title screen music. What? How'd I get you again? Let me collect ether currents in the void, even though that's literally counterintuitive to the point of the void. Hey, we walked right past you in the dungeon.
You are the friend.
The friend? Uh-oh. I don't like that sound. I don't like being called the friend. You're the void sent bound to Xenos.
I see it now. The bottomless darkness. The insatiable hunger. The aura was present when we faced him in Garlemald.
How did it come to be here?
It's a void sent.
When Xenos died, its connection to the source was severed. It was forced to return to the void.
Xenos. Yes, that was his name. And you are the friend, are you not?
My crystal of light.
Is that
Make them an Aura again.
Aura's crystal?
Make them an Aura again. Do it. Make them an Aura. There you go. Oh, she's not an Aura. I don't know why I thought I said Aura. We saw her in the trailer.
The light just now. Of course. And thus I am returned.
What do you mean, returned? Who are you?
I was once bound to the man named Xenos. His avatar, until you killed him.
Avatar, as in the void-sent servants of Reapers.
Oh, I'm very in tune.
In the name of
Y'shtola.
this hunt, Xenos took up that traditional Garlean art.
You ate already. Here.
And through it, he forged a covenant with a being of the void to lend him strength.
Covenant? A curse, more like. He stole my power. There was no equity in the arrangement. My very essence was altered, twisted into a tool to serve his desires.
Your previous appearance. This is your true form, then.
Perhaps, perhaps not. What does it matter?
Indeed, it doesn't. Regardless of your form, you are a void sent by nature. So answer me this. Are you our enemy too?
In this world, only a fool would attempt to devour a stronger being. And though it was as an avatar, I lost to you once, I have no desire to lose again.
Good enough for me.
Now, you will answer me a question. Xenos called you friend. That's what you are? A friend?
Don't get me into it. Strictly speaking, I'm Mr. Happy.
So, you're not a friend. Then... what is it? What is a friend?
Aloha, you look so desperate for your food. Nick. Why? Why would you say that? Why would you think it's okay to say that? Having when I'm literally not there yet. Why? As much as one might expect the unexpected, I doubt any of us could have foreseen the turn of events. Like, hello? Brain? Is one present? Seemed different from the others. At least those... I mean, to be fair, I expected it probably wasn't. I think I know what it is. And the change was witnessed, I suspect, is due to the crystal purging the excess of darkness in her. Even so, Aloha, you ate this. You ate all of this. I don't want to hear it from you. Even so, she still harbors a great deal of darkness. Very keen to hear what she can tell us about herself and her world. I like when people fuck up like that and then they just go quiet. Like I didn't just scold them. Aloha, you ate already. No. No. Wow, these foods all suck. Yeah, not an apology, not a my bad, not a nothing, huh? Not even that? Not even owed that? Thought you came to the dungeon by pure chance. What is it you're after? You were looking for a void center with whom we could converse. That is the course we have learned from you. Oh my god, aloha. It wasn't a perma. I wanted to see if they would at least say something. Yo, aloha, desperate. We are visitors to this world, and know little and less of its working and ways. We would be grateful if you could tell us about it, about yourself. So it's information you seek. What do you offer for it? I beg your pardon? Void Sent do not give unless we stand to gain. If you desire something, you pay the price. That is the sole rule in this world you call the Void. That makes sense. Pray forgive our ignorance. But what would be acceptable as payment? I suspect that such coin as we carry will have no value here. Void Sent crave one thing alone, ether. In return for information, I offer you mine. Not all of it, mind you. I still have need of my life. Very well. I will tell you no more than you can afford to pay. Then we have a bargain. Here to talk about the void, let us do so outside. Come with me. Aloha, why does your desperation know no bounds? Stop. Everybody jealous of dark-robed Voidsent for getting to suck on Ishtola's ether.
This is where I belong. My home. This endless darkness you call the void. There was once light here, and it shone its warmth upon creation. The lands were green and the seas were blue. Life flourished. Before the war, the Contra Memoria.
It must have been a terrible war indeed.
It shattered the balance, causing darkness to engulf the world. All life was transformed into monstrosities, Voidsent. We are the natural order now.
As light begat sin-eaters, darkness begat Voidsent.
The sun was driven from the sky as fleeting day yielded to endless night. In time, even land and sea lost their distinction. And though the spark of reason had died in us, driven by memory's shadow, we formed factions and carved out domains. This castle, for instance, its erstwhile lord must have abided in such a place once upon a time.
If I may, the
Fed you
darkness in
already.
you is too much for any man to harbor. To my eyes, you are indeed a Voidsent. Yet your knowledge of the past and your demeanor mark you apart from your brethren. You are different. That much is plain. But in what way, I am unsure.
As you say, I am Voidsent, but only in part. The darkness touched my mother when the war had only just begun, when I was still in the womb. As a child, I looked like any other, but darkness coursed through me, and I ceased to age when I'd become a woman grown. But that was then. And now, I may as well be one in full. I prey on the weak and serve the
Yeah,
strong.
she's Void Bother,
I
pretty
live to
much.
survive. Nothing more.
Forgive me. 'Twas not my intent to pry. I realize, too, that I have neglected to ask your name.
Then that be Cecilia.
As we say mortal, you may call me Voidsent.
That is liable to cause confusion. If you are not averse, we would address you by your true name.
And call me what you will. I care not.
There's almost certainly a Final Fantasy IV reference about to happen here.
How about Zero?
Alright, I'll take it. Never mind. That works for me.
Meaning nothing. A name as fitting as any.
I'll take it.
No, not nothing, but rather a beginning. For it remains to be seen what you will become to us.
Zeromus.
As I said, I care not. Zero, then.
I think it's a nice name.
A name is a string of sounds. Its meaning has no bearing on my nature.
True. Doesn't mean I can't like the way it sounds.
Well, Zero, while there is no end to the questions we could ask, it is only fair that we tell you our purpose in coming here. We are searching for a dragon. One who came to your world long ago.
A dragon?
Yes. Ajdaya is her name, and she is my sister. If you have any knowledge of her, I beg you share it with us.
Hello, Scarmiglione.
Did you say something?
No.
I thought I heard a voice as well. The keening of void scent, perhaps.
Aloha, no, you've been fed. You don't want petting, you just want food. You just think petting gets you food. I must say, we are rather exposed here. Perhaps we should continue the conversation within the castle. The throne room is defensible, given a few pointed ingress. Let us head back there. Moving wasn't part of the bargain. I'll comply, but I expect my payment promptly. You shall have it as soon as we've arrived. Yeah, no, those alerts are disabled because I'm doing story stuff. Aloha, you just put your hand in your food bowl. It's an empty food bowl, but you still put your paw in it. Not your hand, your paw. Aloha, bro, you ate almost all of that. Ivy took like a bite or two. You're not hungry. Stop lying and saying that you are, because that's what you want right now. I know how you function as a cat. I'm too in tune with your bullshit, okay? Hey, a solo instance. Several cutscenes will play in sequence. You're required to participate in battle. Your progress will be saved at certain points. Ooh.
This place is as good as any. Let me have the ether now.
Very well.
Hello, Scarmiglione.
That I should miss my mark.
That fiend again? But we struck it down. Watched it die.
Fools. Death doesn't exist in this world. And I am free to return whensoever I please.
Death doesn't exist. Of course, in the first, the power of light, of passivity, prevents life from emerging in the empty.
Inversely.
But in the 13th,
Yep.
the power of darkness, of activity, prevents life from finding rest, even should soul be separated from flesh.
So unless one's essence is absorbed by another, it is possible to return again and again.
Aloha.
Your ether. It is reminiscent of that creature's. Ah, my mouth waters at the memory.
What?
I must devour you too. Yes, I must. Drifting souls, by my power be reborn!
If it's another death they want, I say we give it to them.
Aloha, stop, dude.
If you could lend us a hand, we'd be much obliged.
That you would. But you already owe me a debt, and until you make good on it, I won't lift a finger. We'll speak after you've won. But know that if you lose, I'll help myself to your ether.
Fair enough.
That a bothersome duty should deliver to me this lavish feast.
Aloha, bro. You've eaten already. Stop. I will remove you from my office.
Richer and tastier.
No, you ate. You're done. You don't get to eat again.
Every soul in this domain serves me, lad. Come, feast upon their flesh.
The castle answers his call. We do well to break up this feast quickly.
I agree.
Then let's see these guests on their way.
I mean, we already saw Golbez in the trailer. And they will come back again and again.
The power of the Archfiend of Earth.
He hastens their regeneration.
Yeah. Very quickly at that.
We are deathless.
It's weird seeing Scarmiglione getting the the face, the portrait.
Struggle and slaughter all.
You got it then. I will continue to do so.
God's ill.
Our foe has too great an advantage.
We need to drag him out of this damnable feast. Quickly, stand together!
in sight.
Maybe he'll run out of ether eventually.
A retreat may be in order.
No, Aloha.
When will you learn? No matter what you do, you cannot hope to win.
You never know until you try, and I'm always happy to experiment.
Zero! Is there no way to stop them from coming back?
You have to eat them.
There is, but I have no reason to share it with you.
Aloha, stop!
You know, Zero, you do owe us for one thing.
Got you out of prison. No, you
Your name.
ate.
You'll have your promised ether, but we are owed compensation for your name.
No, you ate already.
A name for which I did not ask. But that I nevertheless did accept.
No.
They've been crystallized.
Well now, that's quite the trick.
Got him. Aloha, I'm in the middle of a lot of cutscenes.
Satisfied?
Completely.
Hey, no! Stop!
Come, my friends. With Zero's aid, we can defeat
No
him.
desk. No! Stop.
What is this? What have you done?
Now that I think on it, you owe me a debt as well. You may have missed your mark, but I won't miss mine.
Get him! Let's do round 2, Scarmiglione.
However incurred, a debt is a debt.
There he goes.
I will repay it here and now.
He hath given up.
She can turn void scent into crystal.
What is this power?
Who cares? They're our friend for now.
You will tremble before my brute strength.
I love this track.
Attend to the minions first.
I would love to, but they're untargetable. Oh, she's gonna jump around and kill them, yeah. She did that briefly in the trailer.
That's far enough.
Trickery will not fail.
No, but punching will.
Reinforcements.
This will hurt.
Did they all get hit too? No, okay. So there was one square that was open. I just couldn't see it because it was on the other side. And now she's jumping around to kill them. Not like that did a whole lot anyway, so. Scarmiglione is not digging it. He's not pleased with what is happening.
We cannot win without Zero. We must help her.
Dude, Tola's going ham. I see half the spell she's using. Not fair. Her holy she can cast on a target.
Another debt to repay.
Yeah, exactly. We broke you out of the thing. See, we're just going to keep doing this little back and forth.
I must deal with you first. I'll kill you all myself.
I mean, wasn't that what you were trying to do anyway? Hello?
Finally getting serious, though. Very well. Let us return the favor.
No, Scarmiglione.
It's magic. We must stop him now.
Everyone, to me.
That shield looks so weird. It looks like when I have a colorblind mode. It's like when I have colorblind mode on.
Fools! Do not think you have defeated me. I will return again and again.
Not this time, Scarmiglione.
What? My flesh? Why won't it heal? What is the meaning of this? To seal ether in crystal. Memoria. But how? How can you have this power? Death has no place in this world. We are beyond it. And yet... Ah, Lord Golbez, you have sent me to my doom. Curse you and your wretched flattery, and this abominable fate.
Good job, Zero. Now show me his past. Hello, Golbez.
You are welcome, seekers of might. I, Golbez, have called you four hither. I, who would see us triumph in the coming crusade. That I may entrust you with command of our armies.
Yes, but what of the promised gift? In exchange for our loyalty, we are to feast on the finest ether.
And so you shall, for if you are to serve me, you must be strong.
Then honor the pact and pray. We are not disappointed.
Barbariccia, relax.
Very well. Behold.
Oh. Hey, Asdaya. So they all ate Asdaya to get strong.
The fiery wings, the savage horns. It pulses with life. Such vibrant ether. This magnificent creature could only come from beyond the veil.
Indeed. Feast, my friends. Feast and arise as my four arch-fiends.
Nom 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 nom.
As they are now, they can consume but a fraction of the dragon's ether.
Oh, so you're going to keep it around as a snack.
Just as well. The creature may yet serve other ends.
Like a shadow dragon. I feel a prediction coming to pass.
Are you all right?
Talshan, I have a
The
story to
void
tell you.
essence remains, but it has been sealed away, transformed into crystal.
Memoria. Scarmiglione called them.
Scarmiglione.
I take it they are connected to the war of which you spoke.
Aye. Their use was central to the Contra Memoria, hence its name. And to my knowledge, the transformation is permanent.
I see. We thank you for coming to our aid.
I repaid a debt, and in doing so ensured that I received my own due compensation, which I shall have now.
Yes, yes. I still have work to do, so I would thank you not to get carried away.
Reasonable. Aloha, no.
Ether is the coin of
Only
choice.
8.
I appreciate the simplicity.
He's out of control. No.
That makes us even, I trust. Right then. When you picked up the crystal, you experienced a vision, did you not?
Yeah, I did. Mm-hmm. I probably need another one of these after the cutscenes are done.
A dragon resembling a great worm. I dare to hope that it was Ashdaya. Even as it pains me to think she's been made to suffer.
For the ambitions of this Golbez.
We've been given much to consider. Let us take a moment to review what we know.
Let me get some, I'm gonna get another helping of Advanced GG. Aloha, get out of the way, dude. Hey, stop being a jerk. You ate. Why do you gotta be a jerk still? I mean, you should know that Varshan isn't a real person if you played 6.0. That wasn't a 6.1 detail. That was an Endwalker proper detail. Aloha? No, Aloha, I'm taking you out of the office. You're too much. Stop. You ate already. Go. You're done. You're done. Go. Alright. In light of our recent experiences, I expect you all have questions. I trust I can answer a few of them. We should still be owed at least that much, I dare say. Yeah, I guess. I mean, either way, it's not like I played Dragoon anyway. Mister, you've come to the 13th before, yes? You fought a void sent here. But clearly you didn't know they could regenerate, else you would have shared that detail beforehand. I doubt not that they did. There must be a reason why the ones you defeated did not return, in contravention to the natural order. Do you remember out of the ordinary? A sealing magic like Xenos. Like Zeros. Sorry, name's kind of similar. Circumstances with which we're unable to return. I can share the details with you. Please do. The more you devour, the more powerful you grow, but in the process, your essence is blended with those of your prey. If you were to lose your flesh, the souls you had come to harbor may break free and coalesce into distinct void scent once more. Before you yourself return, your own soul might be devoured by your enemies or your erstwhile prey. A fate more likely for the stronger beings who require more time to regenerate. However, even assuming you survive the process, it's highly uncommon to return as you were. Yet despite his greater strength, Scarmiglione managed to resurrect rather swiftly. The others capable of the same? Not that I'm aware of. His attachment to his flesh must have been unique for him to develop such an ability. I can name 3 more at the very least. I believe we understand the fundamentals of rebirth. If I may, I would ask you about your power. Will you tell us about it? What you saw should speak for itself. I can bind ether of the soul in crystal. Many wielded this power during the Contra Memoria, but I'm the only one left. I'm told that heroes of the 13th once sealed gods in stones called Orosite. Are they and Memoria one and the same? Orosite. I do not know this word, but the world is vast, and perhaps Memoria had different names elsewhere. It does sound familiar. How does one come to wield Memoria? And what happened to your peers? I never thought about that. I do know, though, that Voidsent can't use the power. I assume I can because I'm mortal in part. I see. Zero, I wish to ask you about the man called the Golbez. He may well have my sister in his clutches. Is there aught you can tell us of him? The name sounds vaguely familiar, though I can't say how I know it. If he is powerful, however, someone in the castle may have heard of him. Then we must try talking to the other Voidsent again. Let us entrust the task to Mister. His echo will help facilitate communication. That I cannot deny. Forgive me, but will you not ask about the Golbez in my stead? On the terraces to begin with, perhaps. Thank you. We shall remain here and discuss what other avenues we may pursue in the meantime. I was kind of hoping the Extreme would open up early in the MSQ and not late in the MSQ. Especially given how large this is. So hoping to get through to the trial quick, and then... Oh, I do have HelloFresh coming today. Okay, so it's next week I delayed my HelloFresh, okay. Yeah, because I wanted to get the Extreme done, and that way I could focus on getting Extreme footage, and then come back and finish the MSQ afterwards. The clever one hadn't been eaten. No one wants it, then perhaps... Golbez, of course I know him. Only a fool with ears wouldn't. His archfiends lead armies to ravage and conquer. They devour those they deem useless, those who can't fight. If you don't want to be eaten, then you had better flee, for soon there will be nowhere to run. Yeah, your mount button is lit up. If the one who devoured her dies, perhaps the mistress will return, and may bask in her gaze again. Golbez, you say? My mistress spoke of him. He commands the archfiends. They are very powerful and have conquered many domains. Mistress bade us defend the castle from them. Yes, she did. They're eating and eating. The tasty one returns to tempt me. I mustn't eat you. Golbez, I know of him from those I've eaten. His minions. Those minions have minions. No one ever sees him. Man, I don't know which theme they're gonna... They're probably gonna use the P8S theme for the mount, but they can honestly use any of them, and I'd be okay. The P7S theme is... Or the P7. I guess I shouldn't say S. We don't know if P8S has a theme yet. Probably doesn't. They probably just use the same theme throughout the whole thing, like they did with Hesperos. Don't worry, I brought the light to the void. Here, I'm here to save it. Welcome back, mister. Were you able to learn aught of value? Yeah, I did normal mode first. That's why I'm not done with the story yet, is because I did normal mode first. So countless Voidsent answer to the Archfiends, who in turn answer to Golbez, as your vision did suggest. Scarmiglione's aggression is also consistent with the claims that the Archfiends conquer other domains. The question is, how do we reach Golbez? He surrounds himself with armies of minions. We could target his other archfiends, perhaps those who have fled in his service. Either may yield useful information. That said, we can't do much while we're stuck on the Isle. Zero, I would ask a favor of you. I am determined to save my sister Azdaja. If there's even a faint possibility that Golbez has her, I must find him. To that end, I want you to lend us your strength and knowledge. Will you accompany us in our quest? We got in the way of the world already, if you want help off a payment. None here will aid you out of kindness of their hearts. Any who claim otherwise are liars and betrayers. Or is this less a request and more a threat? If I refuse, will you force me to serve? Surely you must desire something. Name it. I have no purpose. Why would I desire anything? That's why I didn't bother to resist when the ones here fell upon me. What matters in a world that's already dead? By that logic, you've no reason to refuse our requests. The payment need be to your satisfaction, correct? Did I not already say as much from the start? Very well, Zero. I propose you travel with us, and whenever you perform a deed that requires payment, we will provide it in ether. That's all you had to say. Everything else was superfluous. Fair point. Where to now? Either a place the Archfiends may strike next, or refugees and deserters may seek sanctuary. I know the latter. I'll take you there. I assume you know how we can get off this isle. I was brought here on a mount. We can leave the same way. Now that you mention it, I did notice some flying creatures near the terraces. Given our numbers, we need a large one. But regardless of size, all can be won over with ether. Excellent. Let us go and find our mount at once. A spy. Not good. Lord Golbez must hear this. Advanced GG, you are doing me some big favors today, let me tell you. I was gonna have given away another immersed game pack thing by now, but I'm waiting till I'm done with, like, I need to get through things for the sake of the group who's still largely waiting for everyone to complete MSQ stuff and get back to the Extreme Trial. I also need that's top priority. I might not get through everything today because getting the Extreme Guide done is absolutely top priority for me. So I might have to leave some stuff for tomorrow. Should be able to find a mount here. The castle in disarray, the creatures will be hungry. Just a little ether should suffice. Are you ready?
There it is.
Ah, this is what we saw in the trailer, the mount. Oh, it's one of those things. I didn't even realize it.
Good. It agrees to serve. Get on.
Interesting music choice. Hey, this scene's from the trailer. Void Center, like, I'm just here, I'm just chilling.
What is this place?
My domain. In the beginning, it was a sanctuary for me alone. But over time, others began to gather here. Those who had nowhere else to go.
A settlement of pariahs.
Hi. They're here to say hello. It's like a group of pets.
Mortals! They're mortals! What's enticing you here? Let me have some, let me have some!
She just has to flex and they'll back off.
Not fair.
Yeah, smart move.
You are under my protection here and will not be harmed. I give you my word. Follow me.
You know, I wonder if the Nero's claim that these our warding scales wouldn't break for even if we spent 10 years in the void is supposed to be an allusion to Yoshi P's like the next 10 years of Final Fantasy XIV. This is my abode. Others won't come near, so you may be at ease. While they know their place, it's tantalizing ether were to walk by. I guarantee they wouldn't pounce. That one doesn't seem convincing. It is a void sense nature to consume. Their sole purpose, even if the pursuit of ether may lead to their undoing, many succumb to instinct. But any who succumb here will have to answer to me. This is my domain's one and only rule, and it is absolute. Consider yourselves duly warned. If you wish to go among the void sent here, that is your choice to make. All have fled from one master to another, but whenever any of the other masters in turn served Golbez, I do not know. You must ask them yourselves. Must have traveled to your world, so it shouldn't be difficult to communicate. Shall go about making inquiries at once. Thank you for your counsel. Once we've learned all we can, let us reconvene at yonder plaza. You're going too, of course. In which case I shall accompany you. I wish only to observe. Do not expect me to help. Then it's settled. I'm ready when you are. Ready. Then lead the way. Yes, follow me, Zero. To walk around with her like that. You're a minion, then. You know I don't take minions. He has some questions, and I want you to answer them. Golbez. I don't know that one. Only Skathak. When she led us beyond the veil, I grew scared and fled. I've been here since. I don't know anyone else, nor do I wish to. That's all I can tell you. Skathak was a powerful void sent who ruled over a vast domain. That was a long time ago, though, so I doubt she has any connection to Golbez. I know about Skathak. I know all about Skathak. Stay away from me. If you don't want to be eaten, stay away. Golbez. I've heard the name before. I remember. Always speaking of a great crusade. I don't know what that is, but it sounds delicious. A crusade, you say? From whom did you hear this? Farfarello. He was a minion of another minion. Went on and on about the terrible things he saw. I see. Perhaps Farfarello can tell us more. This dude's got a fucking lean on him. You're one of the mortals, is it true? When you die over there, you really die? So it is. What brings you here, then? Ah, yes, Golbez. He seeks strong minions to grow his army, so I hear. But recently he stopped doing that. Instead, he devours all. Perhaps he's gathered enough fodder and is now intent on bolstering his own strength. A sure sign he's about to make a move. He's becoming Zeromus! Satisfied with what you've learned? Well, let's step away before you become too tempting to resist. Fair to assume he's gathering strength for his crusade, whatever that may be. But I must say, I wouldn't have guessed that Farfarello once fought in Golbez's army. It's a miracle he survived serving an archfiend. I suppose I should explain. Farfarello is the weakest among us, constantly in fear of being devoured. He seldom consorts with others. The only one he's comfortable with is Siriato. He's a fellow coward who runs the instant he senses a threat, and won't stop until he's exhausted. When the hunger grows too intense, they feed on each other's ether. Such is their relationship. But I ramble. You intend to seek out Farfarello, I presume. Then I'll come with you. He's less likely to hide that away. Meanwhile, elsewhere.
Not only did the mortals conquer Troy, they defeated Scarmiglione.
Yes, Rubicante.
I struggle to believe it. They're very small, my lords. They were aided by one of our world, who transformed Scarmiglione's soul into crystal.
It doesn't matter, Chris. They're all pretty equal in their own ways.
Now there's something I've not heard for an age. It'll bring a pang of nostalgia to my breast and a tear to my eye. If the very notion wasn't absurd! Lifting our God, drowned in darkness. As what were you?
And yet Scarmiglione still does not answer. Were he alive, he would have returned by now. Weakest though he was, his ability to regenerate was without peer. If this account is true, if a Memoriat has survived, they cannot be suffered to live.
Leave this matter to me, Lord Golbez.
Yeah, Barbariccia?
I, Barbariccia, shall strike down any who pose a threat to our plans.
'Tis true, you are a proven commander, well suited to leading an assault.
And when I have succeeded, I would beg a boon of you.
What do you desire?
The dragon's ether. All that remains.
The insolence. No place.
With respect, my locks are free as the wind, without incentive to sway me. I know not whither they will blow.
Boldly spoken. I trust you will not disappoint
Get over here, Barbariccia. Barbariccia.
Upon this flowing hair and my immortal soul, I will not fail.
I mean, you will, but still.
Then go and impress upon these interlopers the futility of defiance.
My lord.
Farfarello keeps the fringes of my domain. This way. Excuse me, Yoshi P. I have a concern. You said we would be going from weakest to strongest, and I would definitely consider Barbariccia harder than Cagnazzo. Siriato. It's rather unexpected. Where's Farfarello? Isn't here anymore. He's left. Yes, that's right. Left. That doesn't sound like him at all. Well, he's gone, all right? What more do you want me to say? And off he flees, as he won't do. Something about this doesn't sit well with me. What do you make of Siriato's behavior? So you think so too? Farfarello is gone. That's quite unusual. It's the fact that Siriato, who was clearly frightened by something, chose not to flee but instead hid here, where Farfarello usually... No. We must go after Siriato, now. Siriato, we need to talk. There's no time. The wind rises. We must flee. Barbariccia. The wind rises. What is he talking about? After him. He's talking about Barbariccia. Okay, so it's all the way around. Scarmiglione's a lot basically like his artwork. I assume the rest will be very similar to their artwork. Specifically the Amano artwork. That Scarmiglione is based on the Amano artwork here. Sorry, I only know
the fire rises.
Not the wind rises. What do you mean the wind rises? When the wind rises, she comes. Barbariccia. Barbariccia? Who in the world is that? We must flee, all of us. There's no time. I don't sense anything, but he seems convinced. It's a dead end beyond. We'll corner him. We're doomed. There's nowhere to run. What are you running from? I already told you. Barbariccia, the Archfiend of Wind. Archfiend, you say? We will be devoured or forced to serve, to fight in the crusade, but it makes no difference. In the end, all are eaten by her or her enemies. I don't want to fight anymore, that's why I fled and came here. I see. That explains everything. Almost. I thought it was Farfarello. I hate his name. He used to serve an archfiend. Not you. Not you. Always ran at the first sign of trouble. You now speak as though you were Barbariccia's minion. There's only one explanation. Yeah, he has Farfarello's memories. I hate that name, Farfarello. Indeed, that would account for his uncharacteristic behavior. So, is that the way of it? Did you devour Farfarello? And not just a portion of his ether, but his entire being. How did you know? This told me your behavior that felt strange. You felt strange, as if there was more than you present. Now, I don't believe you would have lost control. More likely it was at Farfarello's behest. I can't hide anything from you. I admit it. Farfarello didn't leave. I ate him. He feared Barbariccia more than anything. Hated the endless fighting. So he begged me to devour him, that he would never have to fight again. Rather than an eternity of fighting, he chose a moment of pain. For all the good it did, I could still hear his voice in my head. He's frightened. Oh, so frightened. When you're eaten, your essence is blended with that of the devoured, and though you have no control, your conscious in part endures. Were this a world where the wheel of life and death still turned, the soul wouldn't linger so stubbornly. In time it would return to the great flow. But there's no such end here, no escape. I all know this. In making his choice, Farfarello must have been desperate indeed. And now that the desperation has joined with Siriato's fear, driving him to act erratically. This place will become a battlefield. We don't want to be eaten, neither me or Farfarello. There's nowhere to go, nowhere. Then tell me about Barbariccia. I would know who it is we face. It's too late. She's as good as here. No one can escape her wings. No one.
Barbariccia! She has come!
I can hear the winds.
And she's brought her domain with her.
Well, she does control the wind, so
The
it makes
Archfiend's
sense.
after you and yours, I shouldn't doubt. Perhaps you should go and find them. But be warned, whatever this is about, do not expect us to get involved.
I can't bear it! Eating and being eaten! I only want to be left in peace!
You and me both.
I think it's just because the Archfiends, largely. Maka, I mean, Scarmiglione and, Barbariccia. They were all, that's how they were, so they probably just kept it consistent.
One of the Archfiends approaches.
They must have been tracking our movements.
She's here.
Yep, definitely the Amano design. And a badass design at that. Mommy? Sorry. Yep, that's the Amano design.
Excellent. You saved me the trouble of traveling to Troya.
So you're Barbariccia.
Mind your manners, mortal. My name is not to be spoken, save in reverence and fear. And what is this pitiful to me? Pitiful wretches all. I will put you out of your misery.
No! It's a big sword.
Alas, poor Scarmiglione. And good riddance. Felled by outsiders in pursuit of what? Pray tell.
A dragon. One who crossed to this world thousands of years ago. Know you aught of it?
A dragon, you say?
That dragon's a little snack.
Huh. My Lord Golbez is more clever than I realized. To let the prize live, that it might lure more prey to us. Very well. In gratitude and service, I shall devour every last mote of their souls.
Where is she? Where is Ashdaya?
Huh. You even share its scent. How curious. And irresistible.
Barbariccia is not messing around, and I'm a big fan. It's unfortunate we're going to have to see the hideous Cagnazzo probably sometime after that.
Unlike Scarmiglione, I need not skulk in shadow to claim what is mine. If you would know about the dragon you seek, then enter into my domain. You may flee instead if you wish, if the fate of the sorry lot here is of no concern to you. One way or another, I will have satisfaction.
What's the plan then?
We go. I don't care if we're playing into her hands. That sounds like a good deal to me. What?
Indeed. Yet she will have the upper hand in her domain. We must be no less than fully prepared.
We find her and get our answers. Will you be joining us, Zero?
You may be easily goaded into accepting her challenge, but my curiosity is not so insatiable as to cloud my judgment. Nevertheless, if you are desperate for my aid, you know my price.
True.
I shall pay it. So long as you leave me strength enough to see my sister home, you may take as much as you wish. And lest you forget, mine is no ordinary ether. Barbariccia too recognized its potency.
Very well. We have a bargain.
You got it. Barbariccia. I'm okay with getting my ether sucked. It's fine by me at the moment. The less time we give our enemy to prepare, the better. If everyone is ready, then let us set forth. Indeed, and yet, my heart weighs heavy over those Barbariccia struck down. Were it not for us, she would not have come here. Should you require a moment, Zero? For what? Barbariccia took what she could. She was wise to strike quickly, as we would be. Agreed. This is no time for sentiment. Only the battle matters now. You goddamn right. Trial time. A word of warning. Barbariccia spoke as if she would give us answers if we were to defeat her. But even assuming she'll talk, which I doubt, just I needn't tell you how foolish it is to give an archfiend a second chance. Best to seal her away the earliest opportunity. If you wish to peer into her past, the memorial will suffice. Hey, one of the smartest things anyone's ever said. Like, no, just fucking kill them and then do that whole thing you did before. Rest assured, this won't be our last opportunity to learn about Ashdaya. If another archfiend were to fall, Golbez would surely be compelled to respond. We need only wait for our quarry to come to us. Indeed, if our struggles with Scarmiglione taught us aught, 'tis that we must hold nothing back when facing an archfiend. Let us heed Zero's advice and seal her away at the earliest opportunity. we're all in agreement, let us be off. I should have expected it was going to be the Four Fiends music. Destinian jumping enemy to enemy.
Leave these ones to us.
You got it.
I see to Barbariccia.
Hello. Oh, good. This still works. Good thing this thing still works. Quite handy. Hey, I'm still Azim. You can't change that. Storm's Crown. Oh, whoops. All right. Barbariccia. What you got? Man, why does it say the void? Oh, look, my friends. Feel like we should have just landed on her platform. Empress of... No, the Archfiend of the Winds.
Come, give yourselves to my scouring winds that I may feast upon your essence.
Hello? Oh god, twisters, no. No twisters. Not yet. No death wall yet.
Such rich, exquisite ether.
Yes, speak to me.
My hair shimmers with anticipation.
My hair shimmers? Yeah, I guess I should have expected that. Void arrow, that's probably just room wide.
On your guard.
She's jumping to a spot. Hair raid.
Try this.
Oh, yeah. That's tank. Yeah. No, no. But will it hit everyone? Yeah, no, I'm good to not find that out at the moment. It's gonna be, looks like a point blank AoE and then she'll jump. Or donut AoE, it's one of the two. Donut, yeah. I mean, it was one of the two. And then this is follower. Simple enough. Getting... No, I fainted it. I fainted it.
My lips are as the
Teasing. This might be like Caliphastery. It's very familiar, the layout. Get out.
strong and free.
Yeah, you just have to do everything inside and it pulls you back to the middle, yeah. It's okay. I stepped out and didn't die, but I guess I got lucky. Yep.
Try this.
That'll be follow. Unless it has a different name. Nope. Oh, hello. Yeah, spreads don't do jack shit on that. It's called hairspray. That's lame. Excuse me, but that's lame. That's... Yeah, it sure could have. Okay, so don't leave these this time. Got it. So don't leave these. Got it.
Feel it too, do you not?
You're just very slow. Yeah, I'm amazed I didn't die. I guess I'm just that good. It's a bait. No, no debate.
Done well to last.
Curling iron. It's all hair. Everything is hair. Oh, hey, this is from Final Fantasy IV. Yeah, you gotta jump. Oh, she's wrapped herself. Oh. Oh, she's growing. Oh, yeah, she's the one doing the Dragoon jump this time. She's not messing around, I see. Is this gonna hurt? Do you think this is gonna hurt?
I'll slaughter you all.
Okay, it actually did do a lot, and we had Tank LB there.
I'll make it quick.
This is a time. This is quite chaotic for a normal mode. It's very easy, but quite chaotic. Yeah, there you go. Punch, 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 punch. Oh, GA 100. Watch the tornadoes. It's Byakuya orbs, basically. Everything from everything. Is that a movie?
Don't underestimate me.
Oh, that's what it's called, yeah. Everything all the time. Yeah, that one.
Feel my fury.
She's very angry.
Know your place.
Stop. I don't need to squint that hard. Pain. Yeah. You can knock back resist. It doesn't knock you back very far either. Dwayne? She got a lot going on here.
You can't escape.
No.
I'll break your every bone.
Simply dodge. I mean, correct. I was in the middle of my burst!
Be gone from
Dodge! Oh!
The insolence!
It is until you get it in roulette. It's a good trial until you get it in roulette.
Dodge this if you can!
Suddenly, not great anymore.
I'll make it quick.
Let me tell you, having just played through Final Fantasy IV again, this is a little different. A little different. Only slightly different from what I experienced. No! That will kill us. Then you get calories.
Don't underestimate me.
Alright.
No! I will not be denied!
Man, I don't normally have something to say about when we get pugs, but they really like channeling all of improvisation. But you know what? I appreciated it for once. They were like, it was very, very, yeah, we had some big fucking shields for that. Yeah, I can see where you are. Yeah, it's a great view, isn't it? Alright, I want to watch the cutscenes, so I'm shutting them up. Alright. You guys can't hear them, but still.
With more of the dragon's ether, I can yet...
You're finished.
Damn it all!
To be fair, that's a boss that's just being loyal to its original design. It's not like they were gonna just make her ugly randomly. She just looks like how she looked before.
I see you've bested Barbariccia. Well done.
Her minions too are all crystallized or scattered. The day is ours.
What of my sister? Tell me you learned something about Azhdaya. So the Archfiend and her crystals yielded not.
Not yet, at least.
Our efforts have not been entirely fruitless. We have deprived your sister's captor of another powerful champion. With Zero, we may yet challenge Golbez and his minions.
Indeed. We could not have come this far without your aid. Thank you, Zero.
I but fulfilled my part of the bargain. And now I will have my...
Zero, no.
Her ether is nearly spent. Perhaps unsurprising given how much power she used.
I wouldn't want to face another archfiend without her. We should hurry back to Zero's domain.
Agreed. Eager though I am to continue, it would be unwise to risk our lives for the sake of haste. Let
That's
us
putting it
suspend
lightly.
our mission and tend to Zero.
Though Zero remains unconscious, she appears otherwise fine, insofar as I can discern at any rate. Being part void and her physiology may be rather different from ours. Let us observe her for a while as we discuss our next move. You got it! Feed her! How long do you suppose she will remain this way? I haven't the faintest inkling, nor can I say whether the ether we can afford to share will be enough to awaken her. It would be best to take her back with us to the source. There she could be guaranteed all she requires. Zero cannot give her consent, but it would seem we have no choice. The alternative would be to leave her here, defenseless. Should she later desire it, we can bring her home. Yeah, just bring someone who's part void sent to the source. What's the worst that could happen? Might I ask you to hold on to Barbariccia's memoria? It may yet serve a purpose. Oh? What happened to her? Your business with Zero. We have a newcomer, a former minion of Barbariccia's. Let her know when she wakes up, will you? Barbariccia's minion. Why not go and find this newcomer? So something to tell Zero, if nothing else. Indeed. May I trouble you to join me, mister? With luck, we might yet learn of something of Golbez. Some of y'all gotta watch the trailers. At least watch the trailer. It was big in the trailer. Ivy. Yeah? Okay, you didn't eat as much as he did. I'm gonna feed you now, okay? Before I read that dialogue, one second. Hi. Hey, Ivy. Hey. You had a few nibbles earlier, but that's it. There you go. There you go. Chomp chomp. Ivy, that's your food. Good cat. You're the ones who felled Barbariccia. I want to make trouble. I'll obey, so please let me stay. If you would obey, then tell me all you know of Golbez. There isn't much I can tell. Only the archfiends are allowed in his domain. Wherever it is, none but they know. I see. No better way to guard oneself than keeping one's location secret. How does Golbez communicate with his minions afield? He has these scepters, staves, whatever they are, he uses them to talk to those far away. Not unlike link pearls, at least in function. That will be all. My thanks for your cooperation. My thanks to you as well for affording the time. I'm satisfied. Let us rejoin the others and head home. I must construct additional pylons to save Zero. I think I can go unlock the extreme now, at this point also. I trust you understand that once we leave the 13th, we will not return until we are prepared to resume our search. Knowing this, are you ready to depart? Got it! Back to Troya then, and thence home. Ivy, what are you doing? Relax. I didn't die once. Almost died once, but I didn't die once. Just a bunch of AoE dodging for the most part. Tall Sean.
Ah, you're all safe. Thank the sisters.
Oh, you're right. I think I did die once. Oh, yeah. I died to a room-wide AoE.
A moment while I close.
I died to the room-wide AoE after the circles. Yeah, because everyone tried to run out of the circles instead of staying in them.
There. We may rest easy for now. Was there any trouble? I expect some void scent slipped through.
A few did, aye. But we were ready and dealt with them without incident.
That is well. I cannot thank you enough for your vigilance.
Yes, yes, you're grateful. But aren't you forgetting something more important?
Who is this?
You know, the polite but warm formalities one delights in hearing when their little brother returns from a long journey.
Indeed, you are right. It is good to be home again, among those who I love dearly and missed so much.
And we are glad to receive you, Vashan. Welcome home.
Chambers have been prepared for your use at Megaduta. Let us take Zero there at once.
Just not going to explain the whole Zero thing at all. Just they're gonna, I like how they didn't even ask a question. I like, who's that you brought back? Alright, let's get this MSQ done. Mr. Happy, we've been expecting you. If you would follow me, I'll show you to your guest chambers. I mean, we don't really know much about her. She's edgy and cool.
Our mission took many an unexpected turn. I am relieved that we have all returned safely. But before you all enjoy the rest you have earned 12 times over, I would consult you on one last matter.
Zero.
Gotta feed her ether.
While she appears none the worse for wear, she remains locked in slumber, and I cannot help but worry. Is there aught we can do to expedite her recovery? If her ether is exhausted, perhaps I can share some of mine now.
In the wastelands of the 13th, one can only replenish ether by taking it from others. be it by trade or by force. In contrast, the source is rich in ambient ether. Simply being here and drawing breath, Zero will absorb what she needs.
Then we need but wait.
Still don't like having a void scent here,
believe
but
so.
fine.
She will awaken in time, and when she does, give her something to eat. Judging by her form, she should also be able to derive nourishment from food. I know you promised her your ether, but perhaps she might appreciate fine Harnish cuisine more.
No, she wants ether.
Food can certainly be arranged.
She looks like any other person. Unsurprising, perhaps, given that she is only part void scent.
Yeah, she's like Vothri.
Zero said before that Xenos had altered her essence. A change wrought, I suspect, with the power of darkness. It acted upon the part of her that is void scent, rendering it dominant. Thus, we were able to reverse it with the power of light. I labor to believe that Xenos possessed such arcane knowledge. In all likelihood, it came from Fandaniel.
Fair.
Were Zero wholly void scent, I doubt the crystal would have had an effect on her. One might say that Hydaelyn had a hand in your meeting.
No, it was all me.
Tis no exaggeration to say that Zero has proven herself invaluable. A boon from Hydaelyn herself. Her cooperation may come at a price, but whatever it is, I am willing to pay it. Exhausting though it may be at times.
Meanwhile, elsewhere, you're gonna hit us with the meanwhile elsewhere, right? You gotta hit us with the meanwhile in the 13th. Meanwhile in the void. Oh, there's still another quest. Okay. The black screen made it seem like it was the last one. If I may excuse myself, I wish to pay a visit to the High Crucible. While the scales function admirably, it would be prudent to have them inspected for signs of degradation. By all means, I shall do the same for this vessel. Then I'll go and meet with the soldiers, share with them what I learned fighting the Void Scent on the 13th. What of you, my friend? Have you any immediate plans? In that case, might I trouble you with a small task? I wish to have food ready for Zero when she awakens, you see. Would you be willing to go to Radz-at-Han and ask for suitable refreshments? Excellent. In the meantime, Nidana shall watch over Zero. She is already en route. Let us each tend to our respective businesses and reconvene anon. Oh, wait. Let's just leave the Megaduda. Excuse me, his name is Tall Sean. Have to call him by his correct name. Yeah, you shake that shaker, guy. Welcome to Radz-at-Han. Please make yourself comfortable. What? A guest of the satrap has collapsed from hunger? Of course I would be happy to help. No, I'm happy. You need only tell me what you desire. A rich and hearty meal with lots of meat. That might be perfect for an adventure preparing to raid a treasure vault. Fear would be too much for it. No, you're just going to want to give them fruit. I don't want to give them apples. I want them to get meat. They've come in, I can guarantee their freshness. What if she doesn't wake up for like 2 weeks? I'm going to guarantee them. Afterwards, once your guest feels better, she's welcome to sample whatever else we can provide. Just let me know. No, when you wake up, you eat meat. 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 Meat is always better. Meat. Mistress Nadana has been taking good care of our guest. Will you be joining them? Give meat. Yeah, but I already... She's probably going to wake up in this cutscene. There you go. Now the meat would have been perfect. See? Perfect. We all knew she was going to wake up in the next cutscene.
Light. Is this an inn? What happened? How did I get here? There's no time. I must rejoin the battle. I must...
Oh, you're awake! Wonderful!
Hello, Nadana.
Ah! Ah!
What is this? Some sort of fiend?
A fiend? Where is it? Where? Ah, but this is no time for jokes. You're in the source, my dear. The world next door. So to speak. The others brought you here after you collapsed. I'll fetch them at once. Wait, just a moment.
I'm here, Nadana. Apples. No, she wants meat. She's gonna enjoy an apple. It'll be nice and crisp.
I took the liberty of arranging.
Why go back to the smaller body? Just stay in the big
I hope
one.
you find them as
I know he returned it,
flavorful as they are
but still.
invigorating.
I trust it was fine. It's got to get
This
checked
isn't
up.
what you promised. I suppose ether is ether.
She's like, I'm not going to eat the apple. Just going to absorb the apple.
Wait. Don't tell me you don't know how to eat?
I took what I needed from it. What's the problem?
There's so many more senses.
Where's the enjoyment in that? You're supposed to bite, to chew, to savor, and then swallow.
Give it a try. She's gonna eat all those apples.
So, did it taste good?
She's gonna corn on the cob that shit.
I don't know.
Because she doesn't know what good is.
The long years without eating may have dulled your sense of taste.
Well, we void scent have no need for such when consuming others. There are some who speak of taste when describing the quality and affinity of their prey's ether. But I loathe the act. Taking ether in small amounts like this is one thing, but diluting my essence, diminishing myself, I'd sooner die. And I have died, countless times.
You have? But what happens when you do?
Just come back.
Not much. After a while, you return, together with all your expended life force. The important thing is to die where others won't devour you.
Amazing! My peers who study immortality and resurrection would be most interested in this phenomenon.
This is not the time, Nadana. It's not the time.
The question of taste aside, I am glad that you are able to partake of food like us. I dare say it agrees with your personal preferences.
What if we just made a bunch of apples for the
You can
void?
keep giving me the same on a regular basis.
What if they just don't know any better?
Very well. As my guest, I shall see that you do not want for comfort. And one other thing. We brought you to our world without your consent, and for that, I apologize. If you wish it, we will return you to yours once you have regained your strength.
It's fine. I have no reason to go back. Except for yours, perhaps. You intend to cross over again, I take it.
Oh, yeah.
I do. I have yet to find my sister. I want nothing more than to rush to her aid, to find this Golbez and free her from his clutches, if he still holds her captive.
Though if our recent experience has taught us anything, it is that the 13th is more dangerous than we ever imagined. Caution must be our watchword.
Better late than never. In the short time you spent in our world, you left a trail of chaos in your wake.
Chaos!
You managed to return in one piece this time. But don't assume you'll be so lucky the next.
Rest assured, we will make no assumptions and spare no preparation. Speaking of which, while we rest and ready ourselves, I ask that you tell me more about your home. In return, I will tell you about ours. I will show you my domain, Radz-at-Han.
Again, a stranger in this strange land.
Yeah, she's been here once before. She was just, you know, she didn't choose to be.
I have a condition. You must come too.
Okay. Acceptable.
You have my thanks.
Really latching onto this whole friend idea you got from Xenos, huh? Trust me, when he said it, it was a lot different. The world is brimming with ether. I feel invigorated even just standing here. Glad am I to hear it. So is there any place in particular you wish to see? Perhaps where that food came from. Apple, was it? Well, I don't expect I'll collapse again. It would be good to know where I can procure more of necessary. Merid's then. I shall introduce you to the head waitress, Michiel. They are now accompanying me. Okay? In other words, probably wouldn't be a bad idea to do the other conversations here. Looks like there's just the one right here. This is the place. The air is different here, and I speak not of the heat. There's a texture to it, a fullness, unlike that elsewhere. You smell the cooking. I believe Hennish cuisine is quite fragrant and delicious. I hope you will agree. Yeah, everyone's just constantly trying to take ether from one another. Welcome to Merid's Mehane. Greetings, Mihil. And may I introduce you to Zero. She is an esteemed guest, and I ask that you see to her meals during her stay. Ah, yes, Merid told me all. Please come to us whenever you're hungry. We'll look after you. 'Twas here that Mr. obtained the apple. While the palace cooks can prepare whatever you desire, it is certainly a quick and convenient food. I'll remember it. Who are the ones there moving the bodies about? Some ritual related to eating? The dancers. They move their bodies to bring pleasure to those who are watching. 'Tis a form of entertainment, part of our culture. How needlessly complicated. We Voidsent prefer simpler pleasures. That may be the way of it now, but your world too must have had such complicated diversions once. I don't remember. Well, let us move on. I propose we visit Balshan Bazaar, where goods the world over may be found. Hey, that's where we found the treasure map that led us to you. Hi, Ivy. I'm etherically sexy and I know it. By the way, I got the DM. While I'm here, I'm literally at the NPC. I'm gonna buy it right now, Ventus. Is that how much for both sets? Or is that just for the others, for the one set? What are all these things? Both? Okay, sweet. What do you do here? This is a marketplace where people buy and sell goods. Since its earliest days, Radz-at-Han has served as a trading hub. Here you'll find not only local products, but wares from distant lands. Should mention that the vendors generally only accept payment in coin or tomestones. Yeah, they definitely take it in tomestones. If there is aught you desire, I shall take care of it. So that's what tomestones are for. Voidsent returned with them on occasion, but I never knew their purpose. They struck me as useless trinkets. I couldn't understand your obsession with them. Trust me, we don't get it either. I'm on your side with this one, Zero. On that subject, there appeared to be no shops on the 13th. Do you never make bargains in which possessions are changed? Only ether, buddy. We do, but rarely. We strike bargains when we want something done. If we desire an object, we kill whoever has it. I see. Your bargains may be likened to employment, I believe. I shall bear this in mind. With that, let us continue on. I propose we head to the High Crucible of Alchemia. Good, I don't have the teleport there. I can get most of them now. I don't have... Obviously, I have to do the Tomestone conversion. Which I'll do after this. 16 varnish. 40 cloth. 36 skin. 4 vanadite. And I'll have to get the rest after I finish this quest. Trade is a really cool option. There we go. That way, I will need a weapon this time also. At least for, at least a healer weapon. So I'll probably need more than what you said. Did I? Titan of boa skin. Let me check. Titan of boa skin. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, I got the right one. Yeah, Titan of boa skin. Yeah, and I'll need to get the 20 almondines. Alright, let me get the Alchemia teleport. Ow! Why does it have to be so far down? To be fair, where the quest is quite close. I assume this is where the Hildebrand quest will also be. Well, the weapons. I mean, I think it'll be down here. Yeah, always new crafted stuff. No, they said in the patch notes they added that one. This patch. It said in the notes. Why, Master Vritra? How may we serve you this morning? If you're here for your vessel, I'm afraid we're still tending to it. No, there is no rush. Pray take as much time as you require, and know that I have complete faith in your work. The High Crucible is home to the finest alchemists. They're the ones who created my bodies, and can provide you with healing as well. Now that I think on it, you weren't at all surprised when I changed forms. Were you aware of my nature from the start? That I was a soul occupying a vessel? It's hardly uncommon in our world. When given the chance, many shed their bodies to claim stronger ones. You must be the rumored guest. We've been most eager to meet you. If you have a moment, would you care to stay for some tea? The sisters know we'd love to hear your tales. Now I've had enough food for now, and you can obtain more without the need for inane chatter. No need to decline outright. I dare say you are tired, so let us save it for another time and return to Megaduta. If aught catches your eye en route, do not hesitate to say so. Fortunately for me, nothing catches her eye. So I could just go to the spot. You chomping, Ivy? I ran her around this morning a bunch. I figured she'd be ready to chomp. Well, one thing does catch her eye. We don't get quite to the Megaduta. Goodbye, Ivy. Ugh. Man, I wish I had more time this morning. But I will have plenty of time for the rest of the day. Yeah, you could take this one. It's covered up by a quest, though. Hello. Quest too close. Allergic. Some sort of fruit. Pitiful things, though. Oh, well, let me turn this off. These are mulberry trees. While the fruits are indeed edible, much important are the leaves, which we feed to silkworms. Without the creatures, we wouldn't have the silk to make our famous Thabnerian weave. Furthermore, the bark of the tree also possesses medicinal properties. You would be hard-pressed to find a more useful plant. Is that so? Aside from food, I wouldn't have considered any other purpose for it. Master Vritra and Mr. 2! If it isn't young Mirad, that must be your sister Yarsa. All is well at the orphanage? Yes, Your Excellency. The other children are very nice, and we all look out for one another. Oh, just the other day, Estinian came to see us. Everyone was really excited. Truly? Estinian paid you a visit. That is well. Is she a new friend? Friend? You know what that is? What? You mean you don't? She is a visitor from a faraway land, you see. Still unfamiliar with our language. Then we'll teach you. A friend is someone you like to play with. Play with? She's gonna look at me like, definitely a friend. Zeno seemed to be enjoying himself when he fought you. Is that the same thing? Absolutely not. No, we'll go with more or less. I see. But it's having someone to play with so fulfilling? I still do not understand why. Why he traversed the great expanse. Why he risked life and limb for you. But I waste energy dwelling on such things. I am not Xenos. I stand to gain nothing by knowing his heart. I'm sorry I couldn't explain it well. There's no need to apologize. The fault is not yours, but mine for failing to make sense of your words. Well, we'd better get back to our errand. Goodbye. It was nice meeting you. She's trying to understand. She's learning. Through Xenos, I thought I understood the ways of your world. The more I learn of it, the more I realize how little I actually know. It's also strange, your behavior and your reasons. I find myself baffled at every turn. But the feeling is not unwelcome. I'm learning, bit by bit. It was the right decision to join you. Damn right it was. Buried Memories. Hey, that's the patch name. I believe Zero's time here has been rewarding. 'Twas no small part due to your company. My thanks for agreeing to join us. Come, let us return to Megaduta. You got it, boss. Then I'm going to my island. I still haven't been there yet. And I got some red up I got a red up Kalu to catch. I must have it. I gotta figure out which ones I want. I gotta look at the list. At some point or another. Welcome back, mister. Will you be heading to the guest chambers? I sure will be. And then it's island time. Gotta find time to do the new, to do the revamped dungeons and everything. And Steps of Faith.
So, what are your impressions of Radz-at-Han?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh, right, I turned off auto. There we go.
There's a lot of mortals.
Considering your origin, I can see why that might be your first observation. Though they would call each other people, I think. If you wish to know about our fair city, I should be glad to place a guide at your disposal.
No need. I'll show myself around. There's only so much about my home I can share with you in return, after all.
True.
While I remember some few tales of the past, I cannot speak to their authenticity. But if that is enough, then I will tell you of the events that saw darkness engulf our world. The Contra Memoria.
We are all ears. Please.
Like 10,000 years ago.
Long ago, light filled the world and all was at peace. But then the servants of darkness came, and they bequeathed a black art unto men.
The Asians.
Channeling the power of hope and prayer, one could call forth fearsome beings known as Eidolons.
The Asians. And these Eidolons are surely primals.
Then you have faced the same, and understand that when an Eidolon is birthed, strife follows. And in such strife, the weak are the first to suffer.
Oh, yeah. We put them suckers down right away.
When it seemed the world would be plunged into chaos, heroes appeared. They who were blessed with a singular power. The power to bind the ether of Eidolons within crystals known as Memoria. My mother was one such Memoriate. But in fighting to save many, she herself was touched by darkness. As was I.
And so you were born part Voidsent, before the world was overcome.
How exactly did that calamity come to pass? Did the Memoriates not triumph?
They were taken themselves.
They did. They expunged the seeds of chaos and restored the peace, only to find themselves seduced by the darkness they had sealed.
Much like the Light Wardens. Well, much like us, actually. Almost us.
They spread the taint, transforming men into monsters, what you call Voidsent, and raised armies to wage new wars.
Not the first to be corrupted by power, nor the last.
Some defied temptation and held fast to the light. My mother and I among them. For years and years we fought, but it was not enough. And when our strength was spent, our bulwarks broken, so too was the world.
The flood of darkness.
The stars faded from the heavens as a pall black as pitch enveloped creation. Darkness raged unchecked, rending the very walls of reality. I was cast into the rift, and there trapped for what felt like an eternity. Until I came upon a crack. Tiny, infinitesimal, but enough for me to squeeze through. And find my world changed beyond recognition, into the lightless waste you saw.
So that is how you were able to escape becoming a Voidsent in full.
I suppose I should consider myself fortunate. Were I like most others, I wouldn't have lasted a day before being devoured. We, the lost, are better equipped to survive in a lost world.
Oh, Ishtola.
A lost world, you say? I wouldn't be so sure. The 13th is still there, is it not?
Saw that one coming.
What are you getting at?
To explain requires that we initiate you into the truth of the source and its reflections. We warned that this will take a while.
So I'm going to tell her about the last 5 expansions.
Then, unlike the worlds that have been rejoined, mine still...
The Oracle of Light prevented the first from being completely overcome. So the situation may not be completely identical to that of your 13th. But the fact remains that we were able to restore a measure of balance to a world brought to the brink of destruction. After which, some intrepid young souls succeeded in restoring life back to lands thought lost to light.
Hey, I'm among those souls.
Which gives me cause to hope the day may yet come when life springs forth anew in the 13th. Of course, these are only possibilities. I offer no guarantees. But having experienced what we have, I dare say we are more qualified than most to speak on the matter.
At least you are.
Wait,
Estinian doesn't understand all
I
that
don't
shit.
understand. Why would you say these things? As if you mean to... But the sole reason you came to the Void was...
To find a dragon, aye. And in light of what we've seen, we'd be fools to strive for more.
But we are fools.
But we scions, scions, begging your pardon, have a habit of not leaving well enough alone. And old habits die hard, don't they, my friend?
Restoring the light would serve our efforts to find and free Ashdaya. There is no reason not to try.
Do as you will. I have no desire to save that world.
Be that as it may, we will have need of your power when next we face Void Center.
Have her try the meat.
You know how it works. If you want my help, you must pay my price. And now that you've drawn Golbez's attention, it's going to cost you more. A lot more.
So take the meat.
I will consider this a deposit.
Pizza. Hanish pizza. Give me more meat. Though our time in the Void was short, we managed to ascertain that my sister yet lives. Cannot be overstated how fortunate we are to have met Zero. But the greater blessing is nevertheless you, my friend. For your encouragement to embark upon my search anew, and your help would oh, God damn it. Hello, tiny void scent. Get that thing. Golbez and his minions will seek to stymie our efforts. Of this we can be sure. But with you at my side, I have confidence that we will succeed. We will find and liberate my sister, and we shall return home together. Get that baby heck eyes. Stop it! Stop it before it gets anywhere. I'm not on my island yet. Minions can't roam free. Meanwhile, elsewhere, told you.
First Scarmiglione, and now Barbariccia. Useless, the both of them.
Trust me, Golbez, you'll understand why they lost very soon. Come on.
'Twas no lie. They conspire with a Memoria debt.
and their search for the dragon will lead them here. The war looms nigh. We cannot allow these interlopers to interfere.
If I may, my lord, I have a plan to eliminate them. In order to guarantee its success, however, I will require Cagnazzo's cooperation. There's sport to be had, then I'll play along. As much as I dislike following your lead, I have no patience for scheming.
Well and good to have confidence, but do not forget the cost of failure.
Rest assured, I will see the dream to fruition. Even should I be consumed by my own flames, I will pave the way for one and all.
Then I will trust in your oath and your plan.
We will give you cause to rejoice, my lord. This I vow. Ha ha! Some excitement for a change.
No sacrifice is too great. Even should my 4 archfiends be lost, I will not halt my steps. The prison of passivity is an obstacle to my cause, and so you must fall. What irony that the blessed damned should set us free.
Oh, Golbez, I see you and I have something in common.
As I swore so long ago.
Stop looking at the moon.
The gate lies open. At long last, my ambition shall be fulfilled.
Moon. Even realms long lost to dark may find in memory rebirth spark. Into the light. And then that's probably the quest. Which one is this? Ah, yeah, it's the frickin' minion thing. You see, while patrolling the city, I chanced to sight a void scent. I immediately chased it down with the intent of eliminating it, but something about it struck me as odd. For one, it made no move to defend itself, but simply sat there jiggling, which is why I, against my better judgment, decided to capture it instead. Having traveled to the void, I dare say you have considerable knowledge of its denizens. If you have a moment, might I trouble you for the opinion on the creature's unusual behavior? Truly grateful. If you would follow me, the creature is being held at the whole of the Radiant Host. Bow. Barbariccia. It's possible. Depends. Hello, Void Scent. It says nothing. It has no mouth. What's going on, virtual? Here it is. Surprisingly docile, even when I captured it. And there have been no reports of attacks prior to that. Even so, its nature of Void Scent to prey on people for their ether. Perhaps it bides its time, waiting to carry out some manner of scheme. I remember you. You were at Troya. I need your help. Oh, you do understand me. Understand the mortal tongue well enough, but I don't have a mouth to produce sounds. It's been a struggle to convey my thoughts, but not anymore. You can help me, yes you can. You can converse with the Void Scent? Amazing. Could you ask it why it came here? When you and yours stormed the castle, I was caught in the fighting and died. In time I returned, but I tired of fighting, so I fled using the gate to your world. Having just been reborn, however, my essence hasn't fully bound together. And so, when I emerged from the gate, I was several sundered selves. Oh, you want me to collect them all? Frightened and confused, they scattered, followed by the trail led me here, my diminutive size allowing me to remain largely unseen. By the same token, I can do little more than sneak about. Each of us was weak and powerless. That's why we consumed one another in the first place. Together we were strong. I want you to help me find hold of me, so I can be whole again. Why, live here, of course. I've always wanted to. We still remember the past, you see. Still remember when we were mortals. We long had to have that life again. But we need your help, starting by reuniting us. We won't try to devour anyone here when we're whole, I swear. You wish to learn more about the Void, yes? And there's much we can teach you about those who rule its domains, about their past. Find the others and they'll tell you all they know. No eating, no tricks. Do we have a bargain? So it crossed over to our world to escape the conflict. Now searches for the rest of itself? I understand Void Scent are quite reliable when it comes to fulfilling a pact. I dare say having one as an ally would benefit our research into their world. Very well. If you would be so kind as to search for its kin, I'll consult my superiors on how best to deal with it. Just ask Varshan. By that, I take it we have a bargain. Good. I sent 4 others close by. When you find them, you need only point them in this direction. Once they sense my presence, I can guide them the rest of the way. Oh, eyeballs. Wow, one's very close. You telling me this one can't figure out where you are? Come on now. I asked you to search for me in exchange for knowledge about the powerful Void Scent. I was wanting to see this net, but I suppose a deal is a deal. Those men over there, soldiers, are they not? We used to have soldiers in our world, too. There were lots of them during the Contra Memoria. Back from Weaver's Warding, are you? Here you fought well against the Void Scent that slipped through. Come now, I merely did my duty. Haven't we all sworn to protect our nation, no matter the cost? Protect our nation. How familiar, those words. Where was it that I heard them? Ah, yes, it was the early days of the Contra Memoria. The enemy had conjured a terrible eidolon that lay siege to a fortress. The garrison was made up of ordinary soldiers, men and women with no remarkable abilities, but led by the valiant commander, They fought bravely and desperately. They had to the last until the Memoriat arrived. The commander told them needed to hold out no matter the cost. The Memoriat did eventually arrive, but not soon enough for the soldiers. Having struck down the Eidolon, the Memoriat and his servants searched the castle for survivors. They found only the dead. But just when they had given up all hope, a faint groaning reached their ears. They rushed over to the sound and cleared away the debris. To find a lone survivor, the garrison commander. Instead of joy, however, the sight of the man filled them with anger. Your soldiers are slaughtered to a man. It is barely a scratch on you. What's the meaning of this? The Eidolon was savage but mindless. It's a simple thing to hide myself beneath the fallen debris. Hide. As commander, you had a duty to your men. You were supposed to put their lives before your own. Spare me. My duty was to ensure the fortress stood, and it did. Besides, my death would have achieved nothing. Honor be damned. No, I'm sworn to protect our nation. To do that, I must live. It isn't my fate to fall here. It isn't your fate, you say? Damn, that Memoriat didn't fuck about. Is he? Merely unconscious. My ass unconscious! Come, let us bury the soldiers. And the commander with them. Oh. Fate shall decide what becomes of him, whether he lives or dies. Very well, my lord. I'm gonna just bury him alive. And see if he can find his way out. I see he survived. Funeral rites were held for the fallen, but solemn tears quickly gave way to horrified screams as a body emerged from the earth. The commander. I can't die. I must live, the man is said to have declared. People thought him a demon, a disheveled horror muttering curses as he wandered off to regions unknown. Scarmiglione, they called him. Oh boy, here we go. A name befitting his newfound grisly visage. A name befitting a monster. Yeah, Scarmiglione was a little bitch. And he was a cat boy. Just know that canonically, Scarmiglione was a cat boy. We thought we buried him deep, but a mortal's desire to live is not to be underestimated. You're immortal, so I expect you understand that desire. Well, that concludes my tale. I'd best rejoin myself, if you'll excuse me. Yeah, deep down, we've always known he was a cat boy. There was no other solution. So this is where mortals consume ether. Dreading loneliness more than hunger. How very like me. If you don't mind, though, I'd like to observe the mortals a while longer. The food here is simply sublime. I feel stronger for every bite, as if the Mrga themselves were granting me their blessing. This quest is right by where you finish the MSQ. It's like a few steps away from it. The food is tasty, that's enough. But no food too sublime to be a substitute for proper training, my friend. Stronger with every bite, every feed. For my part of the bargain, I will tell you about how we Voidsent became strong. Simply put, it depends on the quality and quantity of ether we harbor. When the world was consumed by darkness, the heroes known as Memoriats arose as powerful Voidsent. In contrast, the vast majority of mortals, powerless and unremarkable as they were, became ordinary Voidsent, like me. There was exceptions, however, but one in particular I'll never forget. Scarmiglione. Never had I seen a void sent so craven. Even when pushed to the brink of starvation, he would prey only on those weaker than himself. He subsisted on scant leavings, lived in constant fear and hunger. The face of danger, void sent stronger than himself. Fleeing was the only option, but the day came when he found his way barred. Hey look, it's, what's his face? From, well, Final Fantasy, I was gonna say Final Fantasy VI, but obviously, also. Mock. Yeah, Death Gaze, there you go. How pitiful. Oh man, I don't have a cup. Yes, I do.
How pitiful.
Such overwhelming ether. Who is this?
You fled instead of facing your foe. Why?
Why? I'm too weak. Why else? I would have been devoured.
So you had enough strength. Had you enough strength, you would have stood your ground. Very well then.
What's happening? I feel it. The power swelling within me.
Lo, your foe returns.
What have you done to me?
I granted you but a sliver of ether. 'Twas with the power you already possessed that you defeated your foe.
I possessed such power?
Fear had clouded your eyes, blinded you to the strength you had obtained feeding on the weak. If you would free yourself from fear, then join me. You shall have a greater cause to live and know true power.
Curious how, in a world without death, the fear of it could be key to great strength. The knight recognized this, recognized the Void Sense potential. Thus did he take him into his service. Determined as he is to live. Wouldn't surprise me if he were still somewhere out there. No, he's not. He'd be even more powerful now, I expect, from all the devouring he'd have done since. Unlike your world, eating actually makes you stronger than ours. Well, I must be going. The others are waiting. Squish, squish, squish. Squishy noises. We will go to the Kama next. Yeza Magenti. We fight them in Weeping City. Part of the second boss. One of the ads.
Ah, you think ether is your ally, but you merely adopted the ether. I was born in it, molded by it.
Has to be not entirely in Bane's voice. My other self grows lonely, you say? My apologies. It was my intent to seek out the others, but I was distracted by the bickering pair of mortals yonder. My goodness. There's been some colorful language. Hey, this is a very hard plastic. To hell's with your father. You shouldn't need his permission just to leave the God's damned house. Please mind your language. What would father say if he were to hear you? It's always father this, father that. I'm sick of it. You're your own woman now. Bloody act like one for a change. Colourful language, yes. Not from the girl, though. Oh no, she appears to be quite well bred. I just hope she's happier than a girl I knew long, long ago. Was that girl Barbariccia, by any chance? It definitely was. That girl was born into a family of thugs who suddenly found themselves nobility. She was raised as a noblewoman and had servants tending to her every need. But in the end, she was merely a beautiful bird kept in a gilded cage. Wanting her to be a proper lady, her parents presided over all aspects of her life. They decided everything for her, telling her what to say and do. Chafing from the fetters of a restrictive life, she solicited a handmaid's aid and stole outside the manor, where she enjoyed a moment of bliss unbeknownst to her parents, or so she thought. It's not long before her father dragged her back to her room, barring the door and windows, denying her even the simple pleasure of an afternoon breeze. Even a bird in a cage may chirp freely. She wasn't even suffered to give voice to her desires. But she wouldn't be deterred. Having once tasted sweet freedom, she yearned for more. One day she succeeded in sneaking out of the manor a second time. It's not a manor, that's a fucking hut. You're late. I was beginning to think you wouldn't come. If you're expecting your friends, I'm afraid they're not coming. Kill him. Father, how did you... What do you mean they're not coming? I had known that some miscreants were cavorting up in these parts, but to think they dare try to consort with my daughter... Well, you needn't worry about them. They're food for the fishes now. How could you do this, Father? Why must you torment me so? Know your place, girl. You are a means for our family to gain influence, and I won't have you sullying yourself with these riffraff. There's Barbariccia's eyes. You will not leave your chamber save with my permission, nor will you disobey me again. If you do so, there will be severe consequences. Am I understood? I said, am I understood? To hell. What did you say? Get him! I said, go to hell! Urgh. Oh good, the rain stopped. To think it could be so exhilarating to speak my mind, to do as I please. No more living in a cage. From this moment on, I am free. Free as the wind. Aha, get it? Because... Barbariccia. The young woman struck out on her own, and in her travels discovered her true calling. Not in the halls of lords and ladies, but on the battlefield. She became a force of nature. Ah, get it? Because... famed for her striking beauty, which belched a terrible savagery. And with this new life, she claimed a new name, Barbariccia. Did she find her freedom? But did she also find happiness, I wonder? Suppose I'll never know, nor does it matter, for the world that once was so is no more. But goodness me, I'd better rejoin the others. A savage Barbary. Oh, let me go get this. Let's go back to Kama. Just as a reminder, this morning is a super short stream. I have something to do around 9 a.m., so I'll probably finish this quest and then wrap up. I wanted to do some Island Sanctuary, but I forgot that this quest would, well, be there. I don't have the one to the airship landing. God damn it. Alright, we'll go here then. Well, you think I ever came over to the airship landing at any point? Hell no. For what? The MSQ doesn't even ask you to come over here. Give me un minuto. Bow, bow, bow. Yeah, you just got Vritra. Try it. Sack. Let's see. It's not in here. Alright, there you go. There you are. Oops. I'm returned to the others, but they shall come here. No. Would you look at this beautiful Bro, it's fucking raining. Mortals take to the air from here, do they not? Would that I had wings to soar among the clouds myself. But we Void Sent are not wont to roam, you see. The mightiest among us carve out domains, while the rest labor to stay in their good graces. Now the master of a domain seldom ventures outside, for it is one's own territory that is strongest. For some, however, such confinement proved trying, as was the case for a certain Void Sent. Yeah, it's Barbariccia, because her domain can fly all over. I speak of the free-spirited terror Barbariccia. When she first established her domain, she whiled away the days of waiting for her minions to bring her prey. The ether amassed from these offerings were devoted to the singular pleasure of caring for her silky, flowing locks. But the resources of her domain were not without their limits. It was only when none remained to oppose her that she realized she was a prisoner in her own domain, and unless she broke free, she would inevitably wither away, alone. Not knowing what to do, she had fallen into the depths of despair when the hand of salvation came to pull her out. At this rate, my precious hair will frazzle and fray, and I only the strength to leave my domain.
If strength is your desire, that is easily granted.
Who are you? So much power surging through me.
And what will you do with it? What is it you desire?
What I desire? What I desire is... What do you desire?
You would move your very domain. Impressive.
I can do such a thing. What have you done to me?
I granted you ether, nothing more. It was your will that made it possible.
My will?
Even so, no matter where you should go, there is naught but darkness. What could your destination possibly be?
Destination? I've no set need of such. I wish but to be free like the wind. In a world that had met its end, rare indeed is the soul who desires freedom so ardently she could will her very domain to move. Recognizing this quality, the knight would grant her more power, the place of command in his mighty army. A story worthy of our bargain, I trust. Must have had more to tell had I not fallen off her domain. Seems you mortals also have a fondness for flying. I'd certainly like to try riding one of these airships of yours. Perhaps another time. My other selves will be a blubbering mess if I don't hurry and rejoin them. Time to head back. Hey, Zero, what's up? You like the airships? The way the sky changes color with the passage of time. It's probably a mundane thing to you, but to me it's a marvel. Dare say I won't soon grow bored of this world. Just chilling. Good thing you didn't turn that eye into a crystal. Yeah, suddenly we have to give Golbez a fucking, what's his name? Tom Ellis, I think?
What do you desire? Detective!
Just gotta do that effect with him. Thank you so much for finding me. Hope the knowledge I had to share was worthy of our agreement. How did you come to know the Archfiends? My other selves lived quite disparate lives of both mortals and Voidsent, though I suppose it is rather fortuitous that they crossed paths with such a powerful Voidsent. More importantly, what they could offer was worthy of our bargain. For that I am glad. All this remains for us now is to rejoin and become whole again. Fusion. What? Is this not all of me? Nope, because you have another patch of lore to give me, so you gotta wait till we discover all of you. There can be no other explanation. There's still more of me lost out there somewhere. But I don't sense them. Where could they have gone? I mean, there's more of them wandering about? By the sisters. At the very least, what you have to say is true. They pose no threat to the people. Until the others can be found, we will keep these 5 under our care. Should I sense the others nearby, hope we can count on you to find them too. I hear my dishwasher going off. Good timing. Oh. Yep, because the other pieces of you need to tell me more about the other Archfiends. No, we're gonna get a Hecdize mount when it's all done. That is disgusting!